Okay, so tip number one with overcoming social anxiety is you have to teach yourself how to manage the nerves. You know, when you're in social situations. So, for example, I did the Phyllis event yesterday, and I thought it went fantastic, and really appreciated all of you coming down. You guys are really brave. I really mean it. It takes a lot of courage when you're suffering with social anxiety to come to an event and meet new people. We know when there's a large group of people to sit down. So well done. That was a big success. So you got to tell yourself that you can manage the nerves, because a lot of people tell themselves that, oh, I won't be able to manage it, or when they feel the nerves coming on, they start panicking. So it really is learning to be calm when you feel anxious in social situations. So that's the first tip. The next tip, this is probably the most important one, and I've had a lot of clients who get this right, and I've had a lot of potential clients and some clients who get this wrong. When you go to a social event and you go through that experience where, you know, it's up and down, the nerves, and usually you settle in after half an hour or so, then you can get more relaxed and you feel a bit better. When you come away from that event, people with social anxiety are always naturally relieved, because it's like, yes, I'm out of the situation now. I'm away from the nerves and the anxiety and having to make eye contact and come up with things to say, and I don't have to worry about the awkward silences that may occur. But that's all good and well, but you've actually got to motivate yourself to do it all over again. And that's a big challenge that challenges everyone. But if you change your mindset, if you embrace the challenge and you accept it, you're going to make such good progress, and you're eventually going to get to a point where, you know, I'm a bit reluctant to say completely overcome it. I don't know if that's possible. Everyone's going to have some anxiety, but, you know, relatively speaking, you can conquer social anxiety and get to a confident place where I've got to, and many of the clients that I've mentored long term that have made that progress. So to make the progress, you need those two tips. You need to learn how to manage the nerves, and you've also got to learn to motivate yourself to put yourself back into social situations which make you feel those feelings. And the more you do that, I'm telling you, you go to another level. It's really bizarre. It's hard to explain intellectually and to use logic, but emotionally and mentally, and you could even say spiritually, you go from fearing something, hating it, hating the feelings, not liking it, not like, you know, being uncomfortable. And the more you keep doing that and doing that over time, you get a buzz out of it. You enjoy it, and then you don't hate it anymore. Maybe hate is a strong word, but you guys understand what I mean. I'm sure you've been there, right? I get messages all around the world from people saying, I hate this anxiety, it's ruining my life. I understand. So you go from hating it and fearing it and not liking it and judging yourself on it, and it all changes. That's when you transform. You love it. You will seek out opportunities that will give you that feeling, and then eventually over time the feeling just kind of, like, the adrenaline gets less and less and less and less, until two things happen. It completely goes away, which is possible. I've done it and I've seen clients do it. And that's the best outcome that I want all of you to have, for all of us, especially for you guys. The second one, which is still amazing, where you still have anxiety, you're still going to have it, but you can control it, and you don't have it as much as you did when you first started out. So that's really why I do all these videos. That's why I started this business, because I've been through it, and it's such an exciting, you know, it's great. It's hard to use words, man, but I guess it's exciting, and it's where everybody wants to get to, right? And once you understand this through doing it on a practical level, not through just watching video, because of course you can watch my video now and you can understand what I'm saying because you're smart people and you'll get it, but you really have to understand it by doing it, by actually going out and socializing and going to events or meeting, however you do it. It doesn't always have to be events. I think events are probably the best way, but it can be with, you know, speaking to women in public. It can be speaking to strangers, any social situation really, anywhere where you're not comfortable, where you're anxious, until you can get to a point where you're more versatile. You can be confident at work, on dates, coming to my Fearless event, in front of the camera, business meetings, sales, wherever the areas are that you want to excel in, right? Everyone's got their own personal areas where they most want to be confident in. For me personally, it was in all areas, especially dating and business, friends, family. public speaking, and then obviously YouTube videos and becoming a teacher, etc. But you're different. Your journey could be different. But it's the same process for everyone. Everybody's human. I always remind people, you're no different. Everybody feels the same feelings, but some people manage it better. Some are more motivated than others to do something about it. Some people are so motivated, they will invest in coaching. They'll spend the money on it. They'll put the time in, or they'll invest in coming to a fearless event, or they'll do it on their own. They will put everything into it to get there. So I really do try and motivate you beyond your fears through these videos. When I'm in person, I can even do it a lot better, but I do the best I can with the technology that we have and this platform. So that's how you do it. Anybody can do it if they really want to do it and they set their mind to it. It takes time, it takes patience, it takes courage, it takes perseverance, it takes guts. You're going to fail, you're going to get uncomfortable, you're going to have bad days, but the good news is you can have good days. You will eventually succeed. It will happen soon enough, and then you'll be good to go. Then you can pretty much do anything in life. Once you can overcome social anxiety or control it, you can achieve so many things in life. But if you don't face it and you don't get over it, it's hard to achieve. It's very hard to achieve goals if you don't face your social anxiety. I can't think of course there's some things you can achieve, but there's so many things that you're gonna really need to do that you're gonna be not able to do because you're gonna allow the anxiety to hold you back. So it's the goal setting, it's the motivation, and with the goals and the motivation, and then it's the application. It's actually physically doing it. And then after you do it, you go through that rocky road, the highs, the lows, the adrenaline, the nerves, the fear, the inner conversation, the fear of what people think about you. Then you get into a good place, and then it's the next day, and it's like the gym. It's like, okay, you did deadlifts yesterday, that was challenging. A couple of days rest, you got to do them again. You got to go start over again. And that's just life, that's the process. And if you can accept that, then you're going to do fantastic in your life. If you can't accept that, then unfortunately, things are going to be difficult for you. You're going to miss out on opportunities that you could get if you was to face it. So what I'm really saying is you've got to motivate yourself to face fear, and you've got to have the discipline to tell yourself in those situations when you feel it come up, I can handle this. All right, it's nerve-wracking, okay. And it's all about positivity. It's all about regrouping. If you make a mistake, it's fine. You get it better next time. If you can't hold eye contact and you're looking away, the next time you're going to hold it a bit longer. If you start stuttering and you can't get your words out and you feel awkward and embarrassed in front of people, the next time you're going to compose yourself more and you're going to control the anxiety that goes up to your face and stops you from speaking, and you're going to speak a bit clearer. If you don't give up, I'm telling you, you're going to get better and better. That's what I did before I helped anybody when I was struggling with it. I just kept going. I was so determined. I got to a point where there was no return for me. I could never go back to the beginning because that was hell for me. Depression, suicidal thoughts, isolation, feeling bad all the time, feeling like a coward. Just every day felt like Groundhog Day. I couldn't do it anymore. I said, I don't care anymore. That's it. Anything but this. This is hell on earth. And that's what really changed my life, going through the depression that come from not facing it. And sometimes when I try and face it, I'd make a mistake, I'd be awkward, I'd feel embarrassed in front of people, I'd come home, I'd think about it, it would haunt me, I'd be up at night, oh, why did I act like that, why did I get awkward, they're going to think what are they going to think about me, I thought, no, we've got to get past this, I've got to get some confidence, we've got to do this, right, let's regroup, set goals, let me go again, kept going, and I started to see the difference, I started to feel different. And then my mindset changed. It was like, my mindset went from, I don't want to meet people, to, I want to meet people, to, I'm not confident around people, to, I am confident around people. It all changed, all right? Fearless.